maybe.
It might be showing that we're doing a study on
I'll meet with them a week from Friday.
State law requires this body to announce at this time that a copy of the current Open Meetings Act is available at the back of the room or it's accessible to the public. Please.
Here.
Tiller.
Here.
Hart.
Here.
Warren.
Here.
Aaron Johnson.
Here.
Euchre.
Here.
Ben Johnson.
Here.
Smith.
Here. A moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item agenda 1, consent agenda. Approve this agenda and pay claims as submitted. Corey moves.
I'll second.
Trent seconds.
Tiller.
Yes.
Hart.
Yes.
Warren.
Yes.
Aaron Johnson.
Yes.
Euchre.
Yes.
Ben Johnson.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Weiss.
Yes.
Item agenda 2, approve the minutes of the September 16th, 2025 regular meeting of the Holdrege City Council.
I'll make the motion.
Aaron Johnson
I'll second.
and Ben Johnson.
Euchre.
Yes.
Ben Johnson.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Weiss.
Yes.
Tiller.
Yes.
Hart.
Yes.
Warren.
Abstain.
Aaron Johnson.
Yes.
Item agenda 3, approve the minutes of the September 22nd, 2025 special budget public hearing. Lola,
Second.
Aaron,
Hart.
Yes.
Warren.
Abstain.
Aaron Johnson.
Yes.
Euchre.
Yes.
Ben Johnson.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Weiss.
Yes.
Tiller.
Yes.
item agenda 4, approve the minutes of the September 22nd, 2025 special budget meeting.
I'll make the motion.
Ben
Second.
and Trent.
Smith.
Yes.
Weiss.
Yes.
Tiller.
Yes.
Hart.
Yes.
Warren.
Abstain.
Aaron Johnson.
Yes.
Euchre.
Yes.
Ben Johnson.
Yes.
Public forum. I see nobody for public forum, so I'll close public forum at this time. Item agenda 6, discussion of parking ordinance. I think everybody has in the packet a copy of a proposed ordinance. This dates back to 2021, according to what I've got here. This is very similar. And I think, is it just item B in that? It was,
Just the item B, and I did move it. It originally was in 5416, which was the penalty part of it, and moved along there, so I moved it to this.
so, I guess I'll start off the discussion, and I'm not really sure if this is going to appease those that don't want anybody to park in the front yard in their side yard. As I understand it, is that if you want to park in your front yard, all you'd have to do is put some gravel down from your driveway over to your, and you can park in that, and that would be an extension. That's the way I understand it. And I don't know if that's really going to appease those that are against this. But I don't know how any other way you can do it. I don't know if you can tell somebody what they can or can't do on their property.
I did, can I
Yeah,
say?
yeah. go
I
ahead.
did talk to Lance earlier, I had a conversation with him because I wanted to, see if there was a defined area that they could, how big they could make that opening to a driveway. And he said it was 32 feet, I believe. That's what's on the code. And that if somebody, I asked, I said, well, if somebody wanted to, put gravel or concrete all in their yard, they could do that. But they still have to do the driveway. So really, and my concern is those that are driving over and then just making a mess of the sidewalk, which is public, over a curb. And as Dane had mentioned, this has been on the books. It's just been in a different area. So it's still the same thing. And I, for one, would like to keep it, just to keep, number one, our curbs from getting run over and more broken. We have enough of that problem anyway, but I understand that people can park in there if they want to.
I think we already have an ordinance in place that we can't jump the curbs.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the trouble with the way it's written in my opinion, and what we're trying to do here is they'll use their driveway to pull in and immediately make a hard right and gravel the rest of their front yard.
Yes.
So they're using their driveway,
Right.
and then they'll pull in there and there they sit.
Well, this is nothing different though. This has been on the books. It was
Right.
just in a different area, so it's not that it hasn't been there.
Correct.
So I'm all for just putting it in this position or in this area of the code and keeping it because, like I said, when they run over the easement portion between the road and the sidewalk,
Right.
it's usually just mud and stuff, and then it gets onto the sidewalk. If they're not doing that to the sidewalk, that's fine. But everybody's responsible for keeping up their sidewalks as well.
And Lola, I'm sorry for the misunderstanding, but it's not currently in our code. When we proposed it last time, we proposed it in a different spot.
That's correct.
But it's not
It's not
part
in
of our
our
code.
Oh, it's never been in an ordinance before?
No, it was brought up, we just didn't pass it.
Oh, when you had talked about it before at a different time.
Right.
Oh, I understand. Okay, all right, okay.
So, to that point, I mean, and that's exactly right. As long as they use their curb cut that they've got into the driveway, and like Trent said, you throw down some gravel. I had one guy that, in a place I used to live across the street, he put concrete in half of his front yard. And so he comes in, he pulled right in. So is that what people, I'm really low. I would like some people that aren't necessarily for this, maybe some, for a little bit of input. I mean, are they upset with them just parking in their front yard, or are they upset on I don't know, because.
Well, I own a residence close proximity to the same street, same block, where this is very prevalent.
Right.
And I think the main complaint is that it just looks terrible. I mean, you start parking your vehicles in your grass, your front yard, it does no less than take away from the value of your neighbor's homes when it comes time to sell, because nobody's gonna wanna buy it. Everybody's got a used car garage in their front yard next door.
But if they're using their driveway and they gravel it,
If that's a driveway, and they gravel it.
but you're said, so the ones you're talking about, they're hopping the curb going up and parking in.
No, they're not necessarily hopping the curb, there's no gravel, there's just dirt.
Right, but so, all right, but, and so it's what this is gonna do. All you'd have to do is throw some gravel in, and
Yeah,
then it's good. So, but you still have it.
Correct,
So you're still gonna have their cars parked in the front
which is
yard.
why I just don't like this.
Right.
And as I said before on this one, I don't like it because it puts the burden on those guys being the, pardon me, the a-holes.
Right.
If I'm moving and I hop my curb because I've got a fridge, washer and dryer and whatnot that I don't want to haul down steps, I back it right up and I'm 5 minutes, 7 minutes there, but somebody drives by and now they're calling and it's like,
Well, yeah, but I think that should just be common sense there, Nick.
but if we put it in this, that takes out that common sense, because it's now black and white.
Well, and then how do you distinguish too? I mean,
Yes.
you go up to somebody and they say, no, I just hop up there.
Yep. How do you distinguish? I mean,
Yeah, but
I
if it,
probably have an unpopular opinion, but I don't like making more rules that tell you what you can do on your property. I didn't move into an HOA, I can do what I want.
right,
This is my
and that's
space.
kind of the point I'm making too, is that we can tell them that as long as you put gravel or concrete or whatever down, then it's okay, but if you don't put gravel, I don't know what we're really,
I guess that's
what
where
this is trying to
it's not
accomplish.
accomplishing anything. It's-
Yes, exactly. I don't think it, and that's kind of my point, I don't think it's accomplishing what some people want, and that is vehicles out of their front yard.
So here's my thoughts would be in rebut to Stacy's comment. If I didn't want to be told what to do on my property and live the way I wanted to live, I would not want to live in the city that had ordinances to tell me what I could or could not do. I would have a house in the country where nobody cares because the neighbors are next to me. So
but that's what you would buy that. You would do that
if you can afford it.
if you could.
So,
Well, but that's just it. It's,
no, that's true. However,
beyond that, it's
if you're going to live in a village, township, a city, you know, how many, I've seen a lot of towns, and seen a lot of people parking in places they shouldn't be parking, but Holdrege is one of the worst for people parking in the yard, believe it or not. It's the craziest thing.
I've seen
I
other
have to,
communities.
yeah, I do too. I don't know if I go quite that far, it's the worst, but.
But I don't know how to.
I hardly ever see it, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm not
Oh.
paying attention or not.
Yeah, you know,
driving the right area.
I think it's one of those things, you'll notice it when you start looking for
I
it.
guess, yeah.
But until then, if you're just driving down the street, you
I
just,
guess I'm minding my own business and don't care what people are doing in their yards.
or you're
so
doing
I'm
like
not
me,
sure.
you're not thinking about driving.
The other
I
thing-
don't think it's any different than putting up a fence. Okay, I wanna put up a fence, well, you can't put it up within so many feet of the street.
Well, yeah, but that's a
It's
safety,
safety.
but that's a safety thing, you know, as far as,
Okay,
This isn't a safety. This isn't a, you know, if it was obstructing the view of on a corner,
And if
yeah.
if it gets to be too, I mean, then it falls into the weed litter
yeah.
ordinance if it gets to be, in my opinion, too much of an eyesore. I don't, it's got,
I mean, really, this is an aesthetics issue, right? So,
Yes, I think
I
so.
think,
yeah.
Well, up until the time you're walking the sidewalks, and this is something about regarding, now see, I understand if they can park in that area, they have the right to do it, it is their property. If they have to get in that way, that's fine. But my cause for bringing it up is because when I walk, I had to go over mud,
oh yeah.
and it's like, and then they break the, they break the curb. It's not, the plow, so I'm not going
Or they break the sidewalk.
they break, they break that up, and then the curbs are the city, to deal with.
Correct.
But it's no different to me and it doesn't have to be an ordinance, I guess I can always call or something, somebody can, mention sidewalks. It's like no different than the weeds that
Correct.
grow in the sidewalks and stuff.
100%.
A homeowner is responsible for taking care of their sidewalks. A lot of them don't know that.
So if there's an ordinance that tells me that I can't have grass a foot and a half tall, well, wait a second now, why? It's my property, I can do what I want. I'll grow sunflower seed plants in my yard. 10 feet tall. Who can tell me I can't? It's my property. I don't care how it looks.
It's
That's
not
what
just
I'm
an aesthetic issue for that either, that would be pests and things like that.
I mean, when you start parking vehicles in yards, you're not just talking about aesthetics, you're talking about potential oil leaks, potential
Yeah, that's true.
coolant leaking. We have a lot of pets in our areas. Pets, they pick up some coolant, guess what? They're going to the hospital. I mean, there's a lot of issues.
I don't think it matters if that's in the yard or driveway, sorry to interrupt,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's, yeah.
I'm gonna.
I was with you until that.
Yeah.
But-
Doesn't matter where it's.
It's.
I don't,
Do we have it outlined what an established driveway is? Does it have to be concrete,
no,
Has to be improved.
improved over?
Yeah,
Just
gravel,
improve like gravel.
whatever.
concrete.
So would,
That's the definition.
it's serious question, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So if you drive on it enough and kill the grass and it turns into packed dirt, legitimately asking, I'm not.
No, I understand what you're saying, yeah.
And that could be an improved driveway.
Over a period of time it would.
Yeah.
Because the grass underneath is gonna die and you're gonna pack it, yeah.
So if, does this cover campers, boats, motorcycles?
Motor vehicles is the way it's written.
Excuse me?
So it's only for motor vehicles at this point.
Okay.
I did talk to Corey about this as well. The way it's written right now is rather vague. So if you guys do want to proceed with this ordinance or something like it, he's willing to go do some checking because we would want more. We definitely need more definition to what's on here because this would be hard for us to enforce fully. So that's up to you. I just say if you want us to move forward, maybe go with that as opposed to passing this one. But you guys see fit. That's just my opinion.
So just to clarify, do we currently have an ordinance that covers no curb cutting? Or curb jumping?
Yeah, it's actually part A of this one.
Okay, and then,
But you have to witness it.
Yeah, it's pretty, just like anything, or someone else does. So,
That's willing to write a statement saying
Right.
they watched it and
Right.
then you can find that.
It's some of these yards where they only have,
Is
12
there-
feet, how'd that truck get in there? Okay,
Well, I mean, any common sense would play, but
but again,
he didn't say it didn't happen.
it's kind of one of those things too, like Nick brought up too, is if, okay, I write this guy a ticket for doing it, but then Nick goes and moves and he jumps the curb also. Well, I'm gonna have to write Nick a ticket as well. Because if they complain and they do it for one and I don't do it for the other, then that could be an issue. But
do we currently have any ordinances that cover, parked vehicles in your yard?
other than the weed litter, no.
Like no length
So
of time.
nothing doesn't do license.
So if it's a non-licensed vehicle, it has 30 days to be properly licensed.
Is there a limit to how many vehicles that someone can have in their yard that's seen? No, there's no limit, okay. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with if it seems like it's something that can't be, enforced or you would need too much. Basically, mine is for the aesthetic view, really for weeds and stuff, and to me, it's the same. So if by calling the, codes, our enforcement, and have them know that they can't be doing that to a public walkway or whatever it is, might be the grass or weeds or something like that, so.
We can always talk to them,
Yeah, and that's it.
That's the biggest thing
Yeah.
for me is the couple of phone calls I've got, not on this and other things. I've asked them, so have you went and talked to that person? Well, no. So you call me or you come talk to me, go chat with them. You don't know what's going on, maybe you could use some help.
Is it that big of an issue? There's a lot of vehicles parked in front yards in town.
I haven't noticed that many, but I mean, there's some.
I think you have some residences where you have multiple.
Well, I mean, for instance, there was
Yeah.
a gentleman we dealt with a while ago.
Yes.
Not to mention any names, but he put gravel down, so now he has,
3/4 of his front lawn is
Yeah.
parking lot.
and,
And he comes off the alley.
so. Just throwing it out there. I know, I get it. Why the same person complained to some of you guys, complained to me as well.
Right.
And I get it, and I get the house value thing too, so.
Well, maybe it's something we look at. I'm with Stacy, I don't like overstepping where it's not necessary, so. But if there's an issue, there's an issue. Maybe there's something that needs to, an ordinance needs to be looked at, like
Here,
some vehicles in the front yard.
I think this is a great discussion, I really do, but I would also like some of those same people that are calling or stopping by or whatever to come up and give us something. Is it, do we have one or two people that are doing the complaining? And if that's the case, do we really wanna go to,
I've got several.
we've got several? Yeah, I mean, but I would like a little bit more input, I think. Because I think I've had one.
What's the arguments I get are aesthetics.
Right.
Plain and simple, just like the weeds, it's no different than the weeds.
Maybe just leave it open, see if anybody else.
See what Chief and Corey kind of, you guys can discuss and see what you guys, the best thing for you guys is enforcement. Bring it back to us, what you guys, ain't doing that to you guys, but.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
That big of an issue.
I think there was a period of time when we didn't have, again, back to the aesthetics and weeds and litter and stuff like that, where we were minus, an officer that could go for a while. And now that we have our community resource officer, she's pretty good, I think, at maybe talking. And for those that think public wants to come up and whatever, they don't want to be targeted like a really bad neighbor or something, you know what I mean? And they rely on us because we're in a public position to talk
So
about
we're
it.
supposed to take it?
Well, no, we're supposed to,
I mean, we asked for it, but.
yeah.
You take it.
Well, you do speak for your community.
Yes.
And so you have to speak up when somebody they don't want to be known or shown or whatever, and that's fine. I'll find out if I can. And some things bother me, and this is why I've, checked on them and whatever, but it's aesthetics for me, and if you can't do the card, so be it. I don't need that in order to probably get
And another,
reconcile what bothers me.
and another, like, I look back on it as, it's also a pride issue. And for me, I want my yard to look nice, I want my house to look nice, do a lot of things to do it. There's some people that just don't care. And you could have every ordinance in the book, it's gonna find them $100, okay, whatever. I'm gonna let my grass grow 10 feet, I don't care what my neighbor says. If he's worried about it, mow it. Having a friendly neighborhood of.
Right, yeah. So,
You start.
I don't know, do we want to pursue this? Do we want Corey?
I'd like to have some more input from Corey, see if we
Okay,
can,
all right.
see if we can do something.
The two great minds that sit over there.
Yeah, we'll get you some.
Okay, all right. Thank you. All right. Do you have anything more on that? Okay, let's move on to item agenda 7. Discussion of placing a stop sign at the intersection of 12th and Grant. Again, I'll open this one up. I was up there after I saw this. I drove up Grant Street to 12th, and there is no stop sign, and there probably should be, in my opinion.
I've always
Yes.
wondered why there wasn't one there.
Yeah, to me, it really doesn't make any sense. I think Chris and I talked about it this morning, and he said, there isn't one? Yeah, it was so, to me, this is kind of a no-brainer. So if you're not familiar with it, it's as you come up Grant Street at 12th, then you right across the street is a high school and all of the parking right there. I was there about 11:30 in the morning, and there wasn't a lot of traffic, and it's not a really great intersection. Is it? No,
No,
There
it isn't.
should be, it should be common sense.
I stop there
that
all the time
you
because
have to-
I do too.
There's a stop sign there.
Yeah, no.
I just
Every
look at
traffic
my-
has the right of way, obviously, but with all the cars parked there, if there's towards the
Yeah.
school, it's hard to see. There
Yes.
should be.
Right, yeah,
And Josh can attest to this as
Yes.
well, but in the morning time, it's crazy.
like I say, I was there at 11:30, not a lot of traffic, and it was still kind of iffy. It's not the greatest visibility. I think Bob's house is on one side, and go ahead.
Is there an ordinance or a law, how far back from the corner you have to park?
Yeah, but boy, I tell you what, you get a
There's
basketball
fire
game
right
over there, and I
Is
tell
that-
you what.
How far?
Break that rule right off.
It's like 12 feet, 12, don't quote me, but it's something like that.
Ish, right.
And it's from, like, if you took the center or not, yeah, so,
Well,
which is actually, you figure it's not as far back as you'd hope, but
Right.
that's what it is.
point of fact, I mean, if we got one of Holdrege's finest telling us that
Yes,
we should probably have them there, we should probably have them.
yeah, that's kind of what I thought too.
I think the last time we had this pop up, it was somebody else said the same thing. It was
your officers team.
Yeah, the Sarah, Deputy Graham did that one, and that was on
I'm
12.
all for it.
Yeah,
I think-
awesome.
Do we need a motion?
Need a motion?
We'll just come back to the next meeting with a,
Yeah, right.
we'll have to amend the traffic code and everything, so.
Sounds good.
Great.
Thank you.
That was an easy one.
If there's
Thanks
any
for-
other areas that you deem, you think,
Do you run into a lot of trouble over on, B12 and the 5 corners on the backside of All Saints?
Sure.
I know where, yeah.
Yeah.
Sherman, I think it's Sherman.
It's Sherman and All Saints there.
Yeah. Sherman Manor and, yeah, 12.
Oh, yeah, I know which one, yeah, I know where you're
You know,
at.
surprisingly, I don't think I've ever worked an accident there.
Really?
But,
I've
so
almost
that,
had a few.
It's
So-
pretty
Pretty open.
diagonal.
Yeah, there's, yeah.
My
so
mom
it-
used to live on Pamela.
Because when you're coming from the east or headed west on 12th there, right there, that's a blind corner. And then
Yeah.
coming off
Yeah, oddly enough, I've been around here for a long time too, I don't remember there ever being an accident.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
not yet.
We're, yeah.
Now that we got it out there.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go to open discussion and we'll start with Chief.
All right, well, I'd like to introduce our 2 new officers here. I got Keith Colby and Anna Espinoza. Anna's our CSO, and Keith did his 80 hours of continuing education to get to the point where he can ride around with Officer Palmer here. So we're glad to have him. You'll be seeing him out and about. And yeah, we're fortunate to have him. But soon you'll be going to the training center probably in January, we're hoping. So, but you can tell him a little bit about yourself.
Much to know.
Man, a few words, right? Yeah, so he lives in town, so yeah. And then Anna, you want to talk about yourself a little bit?
Yeah.
She's way more talkative.
Yeah, I like to talk. So my name is Anna Espinoza. I started August 5th. I've really been enjoying the job. Lola Tiller made a comment about talking with people, and I feel like that is a quality that you have to have in this job, is talking to individuals, because you can find them, you can show them city ordinances, but if you are not relating with them or trying to work together with them, there's going to be no progress made. So that is something that I've been trying my best to do, is to get down, knock, try to get a hold of people. If I can talk to them face to face, great. If I can call them, text them, whatever. But not to burst my ego, but I feel like I've been doing a pretty decent job. I've been working with 3 individuals in the town that have quite a bit of stuff in their yard, and they've been making progress. Sure enough, every week when I go, there's some progress made. Sometimes it's minimal, but there's been progress being made. I enjoy talking to people. I also do some interpreting and translating, and I enjoy doing that as well. And when the officers don't want to do something, they send me. And I'm okay
So
with
she
that
does a
too.
lot.
So,
We greatly
and I-
appreciate her.
yeah, and Officer Keith said that they needed to meet the pretty face. So, and I said, good thing for personal opinion. But yeah, that's it.
Anna, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
When you interact with community, these property owners, whatnot, are they do they know that they're doing something that shouldn't be there, or they really don't have an idea that, the city does have rules to clean up or something like that? I'm just wondering what you get back from.
It's a little bit of both. Some genuinely don't know. Some know and they just don't care, or maybe they're getting away with it. So I have had to show them the city ordinances and explain to them, and then just also like, if you don't get it done in 72 hours, honestly, I give them a week, and then after that week, if they've made no progress, then I give them an official 72-hour notice. If after those 72 hours they've still made no progress, then I will fine them. And I think I've only had to turn 2 over to the city attorney. Every other one's been fine about working with me, and so.
Excellent. Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you for doing what you're doing.
And then yeah, we've probably seen the ad for another officer, so we have someone retiring soon. So we'll get that filled. I've filled in some calls, so we definitely have some interest there, which is great, considering we have like Hastings, Kearney, GI are all hiring around us, much less our flux. There's a lot of agencies in need, so.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's all I got.
Okay, great, thank you, Chief. Chris?
Not much. We just like to stop raining so we can finish some concrete work.
I think it's getting lined, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. It's rough, so.
Jane?
Good, thank you.
Aaron?
I have nothing tonight.
Just curious about something, but I'll wait and address it privately with the chief.
Alright.
So I haven't.
Okay.
Welcome aboard, thank you guys for your service. Other than that, I have
Okay. Oh,
No, nothing, thank you.
Stacy?
I just have a question. Do we have any ordinance about signage in yards or profanity on their signage or anything like that? Just curious.
Protected.
Yeah.
You can speak.
That's what I thought. Not that I think we should. I just part of aesthetics now. It's just
I think that
There was a
came
couple
up.
communities that tried to enforce some signs that were inappropriate, and then they ended up getting sued. So, yes, very advised by the Attorney General's office not even offer to attempt to do anything like that.
Okay, thank you. Shane?
Nothing tonight.
Okay, all right. I have nothing, so we will call it a meeting.
All right, thank you guys.